Governor Maura Healey signing a bill this afternoon to prevent book bans in schools and protect librarians. The Freedom to Read bill, as it's called, expands public library facilities, creates a requirement to keep libraries staffed, and establishes a process to stop books from being removed over politics. It also requires education agencies to keep track of any attempts to restrict access to books and then the outcome of those challenges.
We want every young person to be able to have the chance to read freely, to think critically, and to develop their own understanding of the world, which also may include from time to time reading and learning about things that they may disagree with. All of this is so important.